Hey Tina, I am doing a every trip resort tour today. Here we are, beginning here at 4924. That's our villa, grand villa. We're staying with relatives. There's 10 of us together, staying in a grand villa, and that's us. Up here, that blue door, and above is us. We are number 49, which is probably as far away as you can get from the hospitality house and everything else. The good things, we're at a dead end here. This is this is the bus turnaround to get to our bus stop, and it is fairly quiet except for the buses that way. But I'll show you something now. Down this way, if you go this way, that's to the bus stop, which is a little bit of a distance, but not too bad. There's a golf hole right behind us, behind our villa. A lot of golfers out on this trip because it's December and it's just better weather to golf in. And we come along this way, and there are two pools really we are fairly close to. One is of course, we're in South Point area. If you're looking on a map, we're in building 49 in the South Point area. Oh, come on. Sorry. We're in building 49, and you can see the buses starting to turn around over here. We're over here, and all the buses, our bus stop, when we come back, we always go past our villa. I wish we could get off right here, where he's stopping right there. We wish we could get off, but they can't, of course. And they turn around here. Here's another one, an Epcot bus turning around. So this is where we are. Now, what I said about the two pools, there is, of course, a South Point pool, but believe it or not, we are closer to the Turtle Shack, Turtle Pond pool than we are to the South Point pool. The trail to that is right here. This black path is a golf cart, for golf carts only, and this gravelly looking thing is the trail to the pool at Turtle Pond resorts, which are just across the fairway from us. We are right at the very end of South Point. The very end. Over here, and this is the one part that bugs me a little bit. The rest of it I'm okay with because it's a really lovely place, and this is Buena Vista Drive right here. Here we are. We're right up here, and here's Buena Vista Drive, the busiest road in Disney World. Yeah, well, at least you can see them coming ahead of time, you know. They pass you first. When you're waiting at the bus stop, the buses pass you to come over to the turnaround loop here. Okay, you can see the path up here. There's a tee box up here. This is hole number 4 on the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course, in case you were curious as to where we are. You got to go over a little water here. Actually, you have to go over Turtle Pond to get on the fairway here. Just a little bit. You can lay up if you want and do it the slow way, but most of the golfers go for it. If they get over just a little bit of water, they are much further down the fairway. This is over here. These are the Turtle Pond area resorts, villas over here. They're right across this fairway from us. Again, we're at the tail end, so are they, of Turtle Pond. We're also at the tail end of South Point. So this is as close together as they get. If you look in the distance there, you can see the fountain that comes out in the Turtle Pond, and that green area beyond is the fairway for that hole. I don't know if you can see that. It's misting out right now. It's raining a little bit. it's going to be like this most of the day. Hopefully, they say it's clearing up tonight, and I hope that's true because we're going to the Christmas party tonight, so I'm hoping that's true. Here's some villas over here, Turtle Pond Villa. This is the Turtle Pond area. I'm just going to walk quickly over to the Turtle Pond pool, which is closer to us than the South Point pool, as I said. So we use this one. It's a bigger pool too, and it's open longer than the South Point pool is. South Point pool is a true quiet pool. This one over here has got a, Turtle Pond has a snack bar, you know, a little counter service place that's open during the day. Never, not at night, but during the day. 11 to 5. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Something like that. You see the umbrella head? I suffer from my art, people. Suffer. I should have brought an umbrella with me if I had a brain in my head, but of course, we all know I don't. So, up here is the, again, this is Turtle Pond now. We are officially in the Turtle Pond area. I'm not going to go into the pool because, you know, how people get creeped out at pools with this kind of thing. I understand. So there's a Turtle Pond pool over here. There's a little hot. So right over here, this building here is the counter service, and there's also a laundry, and you can get ice over here too. So it's only about a 2-minute walk from our resort. It's not far at all. There's a barbecue grill over here. I don't know if any of you ever, I have never seen anybody use the barbecue grills. I don't think I have. And you look at them, they don't look like they're used very much. But here's a couple barbecue grills. There's slides at this one too, by the way. Some small, they're smaller, but they're not like main pool slides, but they're slides. Which is unusual for a quiet pool, which it's supposed to be kind of a quiet pool. It's not their main pool. But it's kind of in between a quiet pool and a main pool, if that's possible to say. It's open longer too. Believe it or not, it's open longer than the main pool is. So, there you go with that. Main pool doesn't open till 10. It's about open. The kids from our group, my family, went over to the main pool. They just dying to go by that sandcastle there. But it's a trek. They have to take the bus to get there because it's quite a walk. It would be quite a walk to do. With all the other walking we're going to do today, they're taking a bus. All the buses lead to the hospitality house pretty much, so they just jump on that and take it there. Oh. No problem. Yeah, this path's not very wide. Housekeeping is, of course, by now all over the place. In fact, there by our place, we get our towel day is today for us. We got it confused. Eileen and I forgot we checked in on Monday. We were going by Tuesday when everybody else got here. And they said, no, you checked in on Monday. And I said, oh yeah, that's right. Oops. So anyhow, we were not quite prepared for them, but nonetheless, it was fine. And here we go. We're heading back the way we came. There you can see the water. You can see that water to the right from our balcony, but it's through the trees. We have a clear shot of this tee box, and there's been plenty of people golfing today and every day this week, because they tell us that they get much more golfers now because the weather's more bearable. The middle of the summer is not really a good time to go. It's brutal. So they get many more people. We've never seen so many people golfing, and we've stayed by the golf courses before, and this is by far the most golfers we've ever seen. Like, they're constant. So there you go. I don't know if that's information helpful. The reason you're not Okay, can you hear me now? As they say on the commercial. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. Somehow I got the sound turned off again. I don't know how that happened. All right, the sound should be working now. Good. Okay, I don't know. When's the last time you heard what I was yapping about? Because we were, what you saw was the Turtle Pond pool, which is much closer than the actual South Point pool. And in reply to, was this the villa you stayed at? I think it is. I said that to Eileen the other day. I remember when you guys had this villa and Eileen and I were leaving and we dropped off some groceries. And I could have sworn you were right around here. That you guys were right around here. Because I remember the turnaround spot. I remember the buses having to turn around to get to the bus stop when we came over here. And I think it could be. It looks very similar to me. But, you know, like usual, I could be wrong. Okay, I'm heading towards the bus stop now. Okay, there's our villa over there. Yeah, much too hot. And here we're getting to the bus stop. And I'll pretty much take you through, I'm just probably going to just take you through the South Point area, which is big enough in its own right. We got driven in a van the other day to our room because we had 10 people and the golf carts couldn't fit us, all of us. So they have these vans that they make available. And the van driver told us that the complex that is Old Key West is as large in land area as the Magic Kingdom is. And I said, well, I believe that. I would have guessed it was bigger. But here's that fairway. Here's the fairway, by the way, that the golfers are hitting into behind our villa. I will end the thing at our balcony view to show you the view you would have had if we could have gotten the camera to work, which we can't get to work. Our view camera does not work. We can't get it to work. It's this new format. We have to go through Streamlabs. I don't know if you got parts, so I'm repeating myself, I know. And if you heard this already. And we cannot get it to work. This new format we've tried and tried. Ash has tried to help us, but he doesn't know how to do it with a Mac. We have a Mac. He just knows how to do it with a PC. So we couldn't get it going. We just gave up. We do everything they tell us to do and nothing happens. So nothing happens. So I can't help. And everybody knows I'm technologically terrible. So, and Eileen's slightly better, but she can't figure it out either. We just cannot figure it out at all. Anyhow, we're coming around the bend and up ahead is the bus stop. To South Point, the South Point bus stop, which is, if you're counting, is the second stop. Out of 5, it's the second stop on the bus tour. Yeah, it's a fairly long, which is another thing we asked for that we didn't get. I was a little grumpy the first day when anybody was paying attention when I was streaming the first day, because all the requests, we got none of them. 0. We didn't even get close to transportation, nothing. I like the villa well enough. It's one of the remodeled ones, the newly remodeled ones. It's got that, almost that new house smell to it. But we didn't get anything we asked for. Nothing. So that was disappointing. That's a first, where we got absolutely none of the things we asked for. Right next door like that, because you can hear the traffic every time you go outside. You can't hear it inside blissfully. Here's the bus stop. Yeah, it's a bit of a trek. A bit of a trek indeed. Now, a couple of years ago, Eileen and I stayed over here in this area of South Point. We were trying to get a fizz room, but we couldn't get one. We're moving on Saturday to a one-bedroom after the rest of the family leaves. They're leaving on Saturday. So we're moving to a smaller room, a one-bedroom. And we're staying here, but we asked Steve, we're trying to get that similar view that Fizz always gets. But Fizz, as we all know, Fizz is far more charming than me. And he can pull those things off, and I can't. So we stayed right along here. I can't remember which building, but right along here somewhere. But it was nice. It was nothing terrible about it. But if you follow this road that I'm walking down now, follow it and just keep walking, you will eventually wind up at the hospitality house. But it's quite a trek, quite a walk. That's why we take the bus over, even though we have to go through 3 more bus stops to get there. We leave on Tuesday, late Tuesday night. We'll be at the park all day Tuesday, pretty much. Our plane doesn't leave till 10:30. We're getting home at midnight. So, but it was also $69, so we grabbed it. I'm not terribly enthused about the time, but I am pretty enthused about the price. Yeah, it's like it really is. We have pretty much an extra day. We'll get picked up around 7:30 at night by the bus, somewhere around there. So that'll give us a good full day of time at the park. So it'll be nice. It will be. It's just that it's a long time, you know, long late night to get in, but it's okay. We'll live. I'm okay with that. We extended, I don't know what it says on the calendar. I know the calendar says we're only here till Sunday, I think. But that was earlier because I complained like a little boy to my wife that the Sunday is my birthday. And I didn't want to sit in an airport on my birthday. So I don't like that. I don't want to leave Disney World on my birthday. So she said, okay, big baby, we'll stay a couple more days. So Sunday, instead of going home, we're going to be at Candlelight Procession. So there. Tuesday, the last day, like usual, probably Epcot. Probably Epcot, I don't know. You know, that's not the end of the world stuff to me. I mean, that's my tradition, and usually my girlfriend goes along with it. But we'll see. One of these mornings, we're thinking of trying to get to the studio early to get on the... but we get there like 6 a.m. You get in the park, and you can't sign up to go to it until you get into the park. And I was talking to a person just the other day at the bus stop, and she said they went in at 6:30 when they opened the gates. And okay, this is like the end of South Point here. Turtle Pond starts over here. There's the river. The boats come down this way, right down this way. And if you go down a little ways more, like one of these, I think Fizz might have had a room in this villa. It's right on the river. These are the villas that Eileen are trying to get, and usually Fizz does. Well, one of these along the river. I don't think it's 45 necessarily, but right along here. There's only 2 or 3 that are right on the river like that. I think 55 is another one. I think that's his favorite. But I think, don't quote me. You guys know the rules. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. These 2 here are along the river. And then there's another one, kind of isolated, that's near the pool, near the the South Point pool that I think it's 55. That's kind of off on its own. That's on the river. I think that's the preferred villa. It's 55, I think. That's the preferred villa of Fizz. Fizz, if you're there, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. People tell me I'm wrong all the time. Oh yeah, that request was made to my wife, Tina, not to Disney. Disney had nothing to do with that request. My Disney requests were none of them met. But hey, who cares? I'm here, right? Which is fine. I'm good with that. I am. I'm very good with that. We're walking back the way from whence we came. Like I said, this becomes Peninsula Road up there by the stop sign. It turns into South Point Road here. I don't know if 46 is right on the river or not. You'd have to get out a map to see that. This is 46. This is the end of the complex. But those over there that are separate are definitely on the river. But I'm going to see if I can find, I think, Fizz's preferred building. Hey, John, I didn't know you were coming then. That'd be great, sure. What day are you talking about? Monday? Oh, I'll let Eileen know that because she's my boss, you know. She's the only one I can confirm that with. But let's talk about that. We will talk about that for sure. That would be good. That would be excellent. I didn't know you were coming. That's great. Yeah, okay. I think the pool's down this way too. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go by the South Point pool, which is a much more traditional type of quiet pool that you're used to when you see a quiet pool. Turtle Pond they call a quiet pool, but if you were watching, even if the sound was off, you could see they had like some small slides and more stuff there, and a snack bar, a counter service. So that's a much more extensive pool there, and much closer to our villa than South Point is. And the kids love that pool. So. Tina, are you saying you're coming Tuesday in the AM? Is that what you're saying? Or is you talking about John? Are you arranging this for John now? Okay, we go down this way. And like I said, Eileen and I were over there. We were close to where we wanted to go, but not quite. And as you come down this road here, takes you to the South Point Quiet Pool, and it takes you to building, I think it's building 55, which is just a lovely location on the river. Just beautiful. I think that last stunning view that Fizz and Miz had, was in that building. It's really lovely. We'd love to be able to get a room there. We requested it, but our requests this trip are not going well, so I'm not expecting much of anything. I'm crying like a little baby. Shut up, Charlie. Yeah, okay, I will. But you're at Disney. Yeah, right, true, good point. Now this is like a traditional quiet pool. It's got a little playground, and it's a small, and this is, like I said, a more traditional quiet pool. But I maintain that overall, Old Key West quiet pools are better than most other places' quiet pools, in a way. There's just a little more to them than the other quiet pools at other resorts. Okay, there's 54. I think this is 55 over here, but I'm not. Don't quote me, ever. Now this is like I said, the South Point Quiet Pool, and it's very small, but perfectly adequate. And I've been here 3 times in this area, and I've never seen anybody in the pool. There's a laundry room here, of course, and ice. Oh, there's somebody there. And there's a pleasant playground and a little barbecue picnic area over here too. And there's the pool. Lovely little pool. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to leave because there actually is a lady here. First time I saw an actual person, she was just reading, but still, I was surprised to see somebody in there. I didn't see her at first, so I'm going to just check over here. I think this is it over here. This building 55 coming up, I'm pretty sure. And it's like isolated away from all the other buildings. You can see here's all the other buildings, and 55 is on the other side of the quiet pool here. You almost don't know it's here. You got this. This is the view to kill for. You can see the other buildings across the way there. Those are nice too. That's 45 and 46 over there I showed you earlier. But this is building 55. And boy, would I love to be here. Of course, the bad part is we can't get our view camera to work. You know, we just can't get it to work. It's not the camera. We know it works. We tested it. It's the format we can't figure out. So if anybody understands Max and understands coordinating it with Streamlabs and has a thing to say about that, these, yeah, the river's right there, see? And these are the fronts of the buildings, but the backs are facing the bend in the river, where the river bends and it starts moving totally towards Disney Springs. Disney Springs is that way. And I think it's like a smaller building, it looks like a little bit. The thing with these three buildings, the three best buildings on the river, is none of them have grand villas in them. None of them. I always said that's kind of nice. Why don't they have a grand villa there? And I don't know. They just don't. Any of them. I imagine they think they can get more people to enjoy that view if they have more rooms and a smaller variety without grand villa taking up all the space. Right along there you can see the heart of Saratoga Springs. You can see another tee box up there. A little gazebo spot over there. Usually there's somebody selling beverages over there for the golfers. I don't know what that is there. Over there it'll take you to Conch Flats. I don't know how long it is, but I'm not taking it. Just let me tell you, I ain't going there. So here we are. This is all of South Point. You've seen pretty much all of South Point here. I mean, walking back and forth. And it's a pretty big area, as you well can see. It's a lovely area. It's very quiet. If you like quiet, you love this area. It's pretty quiet. We don't, my major, like I said, the big gripe by our place is it's quiet inside, but if you go outside in the balcony, it's pretty much a traffic noise all over the place. You can hear it distinctly because we're not far away from Buena Vista Drive at all. I think our villa is as close as you can get to Buena Vista Drive. It's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, that's the only thing that's aggravating about it, but it's really nice and quiet here. What's nice about this area where Building 55 is, that's the bus stop right over there. You can see the bus. And it's pretty close, much closer than we are. So what I did, I took you to the beginnings of Turtle Pond. I took you back. I took you to the very end of South Point. I took you to both of the pools. So hopefully you have a general idea. If you're following along on your maps, we are passing Building 53 over here. If you're following along. Most of the views, not all, but most of the views at Old Key West are pretty good. They're not of the water, that's limited how many see the water. There's little ponds and ours, Turtle Pond is like a small lake, really, but or a golf course view. sometimes there's a couple. Like the first time we stayed here, I loved the location. We were right across the street from the hospitality house, but our view was, you look out the window and there was nothing but air conditioners for the whole complex there, about 12 of them. That was kind of weird. Bus stop, we're going to the back end of it. This is one of the few that has a path behind the bus stop. I don't know why, but they do. And Magic Kingdom bus. Got two Kingdom buses, Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom here. If you use the app where you look at where your bus is coming when you're in your room to see how much time you have to get to the bus stop, they do it for Old West at the different bus stops, you know. They'll tell you how long it takes to get to when it's going to be at Turtle Pond, then when it's going to be at South Point, when it's going to be at all the different bus stops, which is nice. And it's usually, maybe not exact, but within a couple minutes, you know. They change here and there, you know. But usually it's fairly accurate, if not exact. So, along here are some more, of course, some more villas. These are mostly in the low 50s villas. This is 52, if you're following along on your map. Then we get down to 51. 49, as you can see here, that's us. We're number 49. And if you're looking at your maps, if you're following on your Old Key West maps, what I'm sure you all are, it's at the very end. I'm reckoning our villa is about as far as you can get away from everything. Pretty much. Okay, there's the fairway right over these bushes, and those villas over there, that's Turtle Pond area over there. We are actually closer to Turtle Pond in a way than we are to most of the rest of the villas at South Point in some ways. Not these though. These are fairly close, but yeah, the Turtle Ponds are pretty close over there. Right, Tina. You know what? My brother-in-law who came on this trip with us, he's looking at that too. He really likes, oh man, they love this villa. We're staying in a grand villa. They love it. They just think it's the greatest thing ever. The kids absolutely love it. I'm going to give you a better look at this over here because it's quite lovely. And you can see the fountain here that I can assure you, you see those golfers up there? That is what our view is. We see that tee box from our balcony. And this fountain is to our right, but there's a lot of trees in the way. I'm going to show you that when I go back to the villa. I'll show you our view. But that's Turtle Pond across the view way there. As you can see, that's a significant sized pond. That's Turtle Pond itself. It's a pretty decent sized pond, and it's got this cute fountain. And it turns on at 6 a.m. Trust me, I know. I was on our balcony at 6 a.m. today, and boosh, on it came. And you can hear it when it turns on, trust me. If you see that green fenced-in area over there, that's I think that's where the tennis courts are, but don't quote me. I think there's tennis courts there. Yeah, and they're in the middle of villas. They're not connected to any of the pools or anything. All of a sudden, you're going to drive by and you see a couple tennis courts. It's kind of odd. And here you see, at the very end of South Point, is Building 49. But it doesn't get a lot of traffic except buses turning around. And of course people who are parked here. But They don't move around all that much. So here we are. Here's building 49. Building 50 is across the way here. That's building 50 all along here. And here's my building, starts here. Oh, the blue door up there, that is us. Most, except for handicap accessible Grand Villas, a couple of handicap accessible Grand Villas, almost all the Grand Villas are on the second floor, second and third floors, because it's 2 stories. But the entryway is always on the second floor. Today is towel day for us too, for a lot of people actually. And that's us. Stairway's wet because it's been raining off and on today. It stopped for now. When I started the tour, though, it was drizzling. Little slippery. Okay, here we are. It does this every time. I get the blink first all the time. And the second time, the second time's not working either. I had a little trouble with this. You're welcome, Steve. Why am I having so much trouble with it today? Alright, one more. Made that her cute. Little stockings, and she puts a gift in them for them every night. So it's great. They wake up in the morning and run down here to see what's in their stocking. It's kind of cute. Okay, I'm going to take you out the balcony here. Oops, it's locked, sorry. And there's that tee box I was showing you right there. The hole number 4. Again, if you're following along on your maps, this is hole 4 of the Buena Vista Golf Course, Turtle Pond Resorts, villas across the way. And over here is Buena Vista Drive. If you listen closely, you might hear some of the traffic, although it's not that busy right now. But you might be able to see some of the traffic too. But you can see it on the balcony, clear as bell. And this is to the left. There's a couple louder vehicles. This is looking straight ahead. There's the tee box. And going to our right, I gotta go around the table here. Sorry, chair in the way. And over here, if you can see through the trees here, you can see that water, that's Turtle Pond. And you can hear the fountain. I don't think you can see it very well. You have to be really good eyesight. I'm looking right at it, but there's too much tree cover. You can see that the golfers, the fairway, the actual fairway is right along the water here, but the golfers have to hit over some water to get to it. And trust me, a few of them have hit, more than a few have hit into that water. It's a challenging hole. There's another look at the water. Yeah, I know. This is the only place. There's only 2 buildings at Tina. Carrying up the luggage thing. I'm looking at that comment right now. That thing is amazing because there's only 2 buildings with elevators here, and that's where a couple of the 2 of the handicap accessible Grand Villas are, and handicap accessible building because they have elevators there. There's only 2 of them though. All the rest, like I said, are on the second floor. And those guys carry those That's luggage up. And you know, they got to work out like no other bell services does. Okay, here's some golfers. See, I told you there's golfers. Quite often they visit. This door, this is nice. This is kind of unique to here, I think. Maybe not. But this is a door that goes into our bedroom, our master bedroom with the king bed and stuff. But there's a door from that bedroom that leads directly on to the balcony. Kind of cool. I kind of like it. I can go right on the balcony right away when I wake up. Here's the golf. You see in the right there. I was right along one of us to drive for a spell. So that will finish the tour. There's some birds. See lots of birds out here. But hope you enjoyed that. I promise, you know, I always promise a morning tour. John, if you're still there, we need to talk. See if we can hook up with you. I'd like to do that. Hasn't seen you in. Maybe we can hook it up while you're here. You're coming in on Monday, did you say? Maybe Tina's right. Tuesday morning might work. We'll see. We'll talk. Behave yourself. All of you, behave yourself. And be good. And later tonight we're going to the Christmas party. So take care of yourselves. Bye.